And both sides on the floor getting ready for the game ahead. It's almost... Welcome to 2K Sports. Doris, a good old-fashioned East versus West showdown tonight. Here we go, everybody. This should be a beauty.
Kev, you can feel the excitement in this building. Number one, when it's a cross-conference rival, you know you only get to see this twice per year.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Primetime is out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Salon. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Wow. Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Brown the pass to Porzingis. Back to Brown. Takes it from 10. Jump shot is good.
And Brown can score from anywhere, which is what makes him a big problem for the defense.
Here's Primetime. He's covered by Washington. Yep, that one goes in there. 6 points for Primetime.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Porzingis with the steal. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. From deep Washington. It's hauled in by Furphy. The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's Primetime. This game an incredible scoring display for him. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's White. Minnesota with the rebound. They are tearing through the league right now with 15 wins in a row.
What an absolute joy to watch. This team is playing a beautiful brand of basketball right now. Everything about it. The athleticism, the basketball skill, the intelligence, the heart, the toughness, the commitment. These guys have been extraordinary.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. It's good.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them. Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
He lobs it up.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I spoke with the Celtics head coach a little bit ago. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Here's Primetime. He's got 14. Here's Robinson. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Shot to stop the run, and the call on the shot sends him to the line. And we talk about Derek White. Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot. An excellent shot blocker and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Pass to Jovic. Here's White. No good on the three. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Primetime. He's got 16. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Here's White. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Primetime. Drops in the tray off the fast break. Primetime's got 21 in the game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And White kicks to Brown. Looking to end the run. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And obviously the season's just begun, but never too soon to check out the power rankings. Let's see how these teams are stacking up. You look at the Hawks. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at the Timberwolves, they've started the way we expected. Aggressive, relentless, just imposing their will upon lesser teams.
Here's Primetime. He's got 21. You know, he rips it, jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Washington, and he uses the glass on the layup. Washington's got 5 points so far.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Here's Primetime. He's covered by Washington. Count it. Primetime's got 25 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And here's Brown outside. Minnesota with the rebound. Solon's got 5 rebounds tonight.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Brown wide open. He fires. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Nailed from three-point land. 5 points in the game.
How easy does that pull-up jumper look by Jaylen Brown? So tough.
Primetime, the pass to Robinson. Here's Furphy. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
To the inside. Here's Washington. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Here's Primetime. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Primetime's got 32 points. And the Celtics shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Here's Jovic. 17 points in his last outing. Brown inside, and he makes good on the layup. Brown's got 7 points in the game.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Primetime's shot is good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And we've got something just in from our NBA League insider, Shams Charania, on the Mavericks. All right, chums, let us know what you know about the Dallas Mavericks.
Thank you, Kevin. They were looking for a player to light a fire for this organization, and were able to land Desmond Bane, not only for what he'll provide for them on the floor, but he's the spark they need to ignite the energy this team was looking for. So look out, this seems like a pretty strong move to me.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. Here's Primetime. Drills the three-pointer. Primetime's got 37.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Johnson left side. Misses from close range. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight. That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Here's Hardy.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Primetime. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics trail by 20. Here's Washington. It's tipped. Here's Primetime. Knocks down the three ball. Primetime's got 40 points.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
The turnaround. That one falls. 22. Primetime's got 42 in the game.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
There's the steal.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Keon Johnson.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Edwards has come in for Minnesota. Good on the second free throw. 1:30 left in the first quarter. And here's Hardy. 11-point game his last outing. Round the pass to Hardy. Clock at 6. Fires top of the key. It doesn't go for him.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Primetime, guarded by McGee. Primetime's shot is good.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Now here's Hardy. D right on him. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Hardy. And it's Hardy with the jam.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Primetime, and the Timberwolves check on 2 more.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Brown. Drops in the layup for 2. Brown's got 9.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
14 feet away. And Boston with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
The 3 from Johnson. Unable to get that one. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. They've been playing some ferocious... Good substitution now for Minnesota. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. For Boston, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Edwards is out there at prime time. And it's Salon in at the 4. Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. White with it. Picked up by Edwards. And another miss by Boston.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's prime time. Good, he hits again. 52. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against Portland was tremendous. He had an impressive number of points, and his glass work resulted in a season-high rebound total for him as well. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
You know, he rips it, jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent. Now, here's Washington. Not a lot of room. And the foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game. Celtics making a switch here. McGee's checked in. And a change for the Timberwolves. Harris is checked in. And here's Washington outside. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
You know, building up confidence as the game goes on. Hit one from behind the arc in the opening period. 2 here in the second.
Nice move. Oh! And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Outside, White. Rebound, Minnesota. Salon's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's prime time. White covering, prime time. And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. From outside, off the mark. Here's prime time, and the call will be against prime time. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Boston has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Boston shooting 40% from the field. Now, here's Washington. He's guarded closer. Out to the right wing. They need this. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
Boston ball.
And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Saturday, it'll be the Golden State Warriors coming into town. Then on Monday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And going up against the Pelicans, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Harris passes to Robinson. Here's primetime. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
And here's Washington outside. It's rebounded by Salon. Salon's got 7 rebounds in the game.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Pass to Jovic. And the call will be against primetime. And that'll... So it's the Minnesota Timberwolves up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Boston Celtics.
They're getting destroyed inside. I'm pretty sure even Kenny could get a layup on them right now.
Shaq, I'd get a layup on you.
Okay, so now, and that's a halftime wrap.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from primetime.
In that first half, he was a hot knife.
Now, here's Harden. And the call will be against primetime. That will be foul number 5 on him. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. This